Sean Gibbs, driver of the 13 Mitigator Ford Fusion. I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Racing.tv.
Jr., driver of the number 5 Kiker Motorsports Camry. Welcome to Let's Talk Racing TV.
With Rockingham Speedway. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Tiffany Peters, driver of the number 17 Toyota NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing. Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Don't know yet if Jeff Burton's back in the RCR.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Let's Talk Racing. Tonight we got Matt and Tom sitting up front here, and I'm off to the side goofing off as usual. Tonight we got David Polenz and Brandon Atkinson calling in, and we may have a couple other pop-ups here as well. So, what are you doing? Scanning what's happening on J-Ski now?
Well, that's silly season.
Silly season ain't over with anyway.
Yeah, it ain't over with yet. Ain't even. It's just starting.
I mean, you still got a lot of people up in limbo. What was it? Finally, Bush wound up with the
51 Phoenix Racing.
Yep. You got that one right.
I'm just seeing what's changed.
Shoot, that's going to keep on changing right up to the start, probably.
Right up to the last second.
Question is who the sponsors are going to be, of course. That's the big thing everybody want to know.
The 6 car is going to have Ricky Stenhouse and Trevor Bain in them, off and on all year. But, and there's no list. Well, let me look. Hold on. What are the Wood brothers doing? The Wood brothers are also going to run Trevor Bain, Ricky Stenhouse, and David Reagan, possibly. That'll be interesting. Yeah. TJ Bell's in the 50 car. Well, that's a good thing. They're talking about Stephen Wallace running the 77 car. Brian Vickers and the Red Bull team, they're closed down. I don't know any other good gossip. Allmendinger, that's about it. Look, he's back in there calling. Yeah. What was it I just said? A.J. Allmendinger with Steve Addington. No, Steve Addington's not the crew chief. A.J.'s going to the 22 car, which that'll make a lot of people happy. Todd Gordon will be the crew chief. And he was Brad Keselowski's nationwide crew chief. So that'll be interesting.
Now, Brian Keselowski had some things going on. I know he was doing some cars for the ARCA test and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he's got going on just yet. Landon Castle's now looking for a ride. David Gilliland's looking for a ride. Travis Quapple's looking for a ride. David Reagan is looking for a ride. But I think Reagan found a home, didn't he?
Aren't you looking for a ride too?
Yeah, everybody's looking for a ride these days, let me tell you. David Rudiman's looking for a ride. Brian Vickers is looking for a ride, and J.J. Yaley. I don't think Vickers will find something this year. I don't know. Jeff Burton's got a new crew chief. Luke Lambert. Montoya's got a new crew chief. Bobby Labonte's got a new crew chief.
So does Tony Stewart.
So does Tony Stewart.
So does
So,
Danica Patrick.
so does Danica Patrick. Casey Kane's got his same one, Kenny Francis. So Denny Hamlin will have Darian Grubb. That'll be interesting. Don't know what Mike Ford's going to do. Clint Boyer has got Brian Patty.
David Polenz said he's looking for a ride too.
Yeah, aren't we all, David? Let me tell you.
Oh, God.
Did he just call in?
No, he's sending me a text. He's watching the show, of course.
Oh, yes? Well, tell him to go ahead and call in.
Well, he said he was going to call in a few minutes early.
Well,
Hey,
tell
David, if you're looking...
if you're listening, David, go ahead and call in.
I was having him for the backside to catch all the long-winded stuff.
Well, we can do that now. We've got 30, 35, 40 minutes.
Well, he's the last caller. He's not the first caller.
Who is David Polenz? See, you don't give me my sheets anymore. I don't know who this
I don't
is.
get... You used to go look up and everything.
Yeah, I know, and I probably should.
You suck. It sucks to be Matt.
Yeah,
We
it
don't
does
give him
today.
anything anymore.
Nope.
See, that's the way I keep him, so he'll say, okay, tell us about yourself. Then he'll finally learn something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's from up in Manassas. Have we had him on the show before?
Yes, we have.
I thought so.
I mean, it's getting to the point there's only a select few we haven't gotten on the show.
Yeah, really.
Oh, Terry says she wants to come up here, be up here for next Wednesday, and it's going to be Tall Tale Night.
Tall Tail Night? Oh, we can do that.
we
We
got-
got to have a modified night, too, again. We need to do a modified night.
She would
Tall Tail Night? We can do
Yeah.
that.
I was telling him we need to try to get up with Donnie. Donnie'd be good for that.
Donnie would be really good. I'll get Donnie down here. I can get Pops down here. So,
There you go.
let's talk racing.
Hey man, this is David Polenz calling in.
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
David, he doesn't watch this show. How you doing tonight, David?
Good man, just getting geared up.
Was Santa good to you?
Oh yeah, he was. Got myself a brand new Carhartt jacket, and I believe that Santa Claus in NASCAR was really good to me too. Got myself a new helmet and some other stuff.
What kind of helmet you running this year?
We got. This year I've been running a Impact Racing helmet with, of course, the On the Run logo along the side and Gazoo Energy. And now I just got a Bell Racing helmet from NASCAR, and it's got the Track Champion logo on the side. I'm really stoked.
Cool beans.
Where did you you won a track championship this year? I'm taking it you won it at Manassas.
Yes, sir. Won up at Old Dominion Speedway this year. Really, had an amazing year. We won 4 races, but the most impressive stat that I feel was 16 top 5s out of 18 races. We just really were consistent, really did what we wanted to do, and came out with a championship with 3 races left in the season.
Who late model division?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So you ran against some pretty tough competition up there.
Yeah, definitely. We had actually at one point this year we had the Youth for Tomorrow 150. Guys like Ron Hornaday, Johnny Benson came, Sterling Marlin. Man, we had so many guys. Max Pappas was there. Max Pappas, man, I don't know if you've ever gotten the chance to meet him, but he is a heck of a guy and just a blast. He actually ran in one of our team cars through Moon Racing. So we had a really exciting year, and a lot of guys come through our track from the upper divisions to put on a show. And actually, the night they came, they were running like 8th, 9th, and 10th, and we had a lot of our regular guys running up front and beating them. So it was pretty sweet. We got good competition down there.
I have been to Manassas. It took me a couple of years to actually make it up there, but I ran a legend car up there a couple of years ago, and I've been looking for a reason to go back. I absolutely adore that track.
If you were in a Legends car down there, you're crazy, man. I was in one there for actually 2 or 3, I believe 3 years. The first year was part-time, and the last 2 was full-time. Of course, we won a championship the last year in it, but, man, it beats the heck out of you in those cars. When I hopped back in a Legends car, I was running as quick times, but it felt scary driving that thing that fast with that, getting beat around your head's constantly banging off the door. It's kind of a scary ride, but it's that's the fun in racing.
Cool. Now, you haven't been on the show for a while. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, of course, my name's David Polenz. I come from up in Pattonburg, New Jersey. I started when I was 6 years old, running little peewee go-karts, climbed up through the divisions into the quarter midgets, larger go-karts. Then we ended up in the Legends cars down at Old Dominion Speedway. So far, we've won 5 championships. We've really just kept moving up through the divisions, and the last 3 years I've been racing late models. The last 3 years, the first year I got Rookie of the Year for Virginia, finished second in the points, but missed it by like 9 points. Then last year was a really tough year. We finished second in the points again to another guy and only missed it by a couple points that year too. And a lot of it had to do with mechanical failures. And this year was the difference, was have mechanical failures. And also we had our great new sponsors hopped on board on the run, Gazoo Energy, Sundrop, Redline Energy, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Napa, and Flemington. We had a lot of guys hop on board this year that have just helped us out tremendously. It gets our guys like, we got a crew chief this year too, Bob Moon, who added his knowledge, where before it was just me, my father, my stepmom, and 3 other guys, Brian, Brandy, and Justin. And now we got Derek and Elaine on board too. So we've really had a very fortunate year, and I'm a very lucky person to be where I'm at.
Now, have you been do you come down from New Jersey, or are you living in that area now?
I actually moved down to Manassas about 1.5 years ago. I decided, I needed to come down here and get closer to the racing action and really work harder for my sponsors in this area, because On the Run is from down here. So that was another thing we did this year was we did around 20 appearances for On the Run and Redline. We actually worked with Redline Ultimate Power Rush. It's a new energy company. They have 7-hour power shots at On the Run, all down the East Coast. And we worked with them for the Baltimore Grand Prix. We were actually there alongside of their IndyCar team and the Redline girls. It was a really cool deal there. So we had a lot of great experiences this year. Got in the pits down at Richmond. We got invited to the big Richmond late model race, but we didn't have a ride together. So we're hoping we do that again this year.
Yeah, that would be a really good time down there. Let's talk about Manassas a little bit. That is one of the most historic tracks there is. How does it feel to be able to claim a track champion there?
I mean, when you look back at the record books, you got guys, Mark McFarland that run there, Danny Fair, you got Denny Hamlin. Richard Petty has actually won one of his 200 races there. You got some of the Allison's been there. You got a lot of guys that have come through that track. So to even have my name to be sealed in the record books now, it'll never be different. I'll be a NASCAR champion now till the day I die. Nobody can change that. And that's something that, since I was 5 years old and even younger, when I was 2 years old, my first race was at Richmond. Was just something I always dreamed of, was being a NASCAR champion.
And now you got it in the late model division. And for some of these people, and I will tell you, Old Dominion, it is a great place, and it's rough. It is rough as a corn cob. And the last time I was there, one of the officials said the place hadn't been paved in 35 years, and I know that was 4 years ago when I was up there.
Yeah, that was it was sometime in the 80s, I think they said. It was a long, it's way back for when it comes to racing surfaces. I mean, of course, we got grass growing out, but I tell you what, it's the most fun racetrack I've ever been to. The only place that came close was Myrtle Beach. We had a heck of an experience down there. We ran with Frank Denny, actually. I was actually watching the beginning of the show here and saw he came up on there, so that's really cool. And we ran with him down at Myrtle, and we actually ran very well. We ran great all weekend. The issue we had was in qualifying, we had a tire grow an inch and a half of stagger, and it cost us, we literally missed the field .03 of a second. And, I mean, that's the blink of an eye, so that little bit of stagger is obviously going to hurt you a tenth or two at least. So we missed the end of the field, but we could qualify in on a heat race. Well, of course, then we start fourth, and we we actually went straight to the front. We were going for the lead coming off four, and we had a carburetor issue, and the car completely stalled out 2 laps into the heat race. So we got very unfortunate with that after running in the top 10 all weekend for qualifying times and all that. And then we ended up getting a track provisional for being the champion this year. So in the end, it worked out because we started the race. We ran in the back for the first 90 laps, and we went from around 40th all the way to the top 13 in about 20 laps. And then after that, we ran up there pretty consistent, and we ended up 21st overall towards the end. We just kind of ran the tires off. But that was another experience, man. Myrtle Beach and Old Dominion Speedway, they're fun places to run, man. The tracks are so rough. They got a lot of character is the key word.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like running dirt tracks.
Yeah. I mean, you come up off of turn 4 of Myrtle Beach, and you're sideways from turn 4 all the way going into 1, and you're half throttle, and you're driving away from people.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's like I never thought a racetrack would be so so abrasive that would happen. You lose 2 seconds in times.
Yep.
But same with Old Dominion Speedway. It's a very high bank track. It's beat up, but I always thought it had really good character because nowadays they're talking about all that progressive banking. You don't need that there because down in 1 and 2 you got a really nice line down low, and then the track kind of flattens off towards the top. And then down in 3 and 4, you got a really good line on the outside and a really bad line on the inside. So whoever's on the inside and the outside, they're giving up one corner. It's similar to like Darlington.
Exactly.
I would imagine, where you, both ends are so different that it keeps it equal for everybody in side-by-side racing for all 100 laps.
Exactly. Do you have plans to run there again this year?
Yeah, we don't know exactly yet. We're just getting everything settled down, getting the sponsors back on board. We're really excited to be working with everybody again. Right now, our goal is to have 10 races at Old Dominion and 10 races at tracks such as Motor Mile, South Boston, Myrtle Beach again for the big race, hopefully the Martinsville show. It's all, right now, it's just we're hoping to be able to run those races. It's as long as the sponsors step up, and we've had such a good relationship with On the Run and Gazoo Energy and all the sponsors that hopped on board, such as Sundrop and Redline and Hunt Brothers. Also, Mojo for Life has hopped on board. It's just, I can't even explain how good it has gone. And I also got to pass out right now that I'm kind of thinking about it, is we had Joe Murphy, who was our main PR guy through On the Run. He had a stroke back in August, so that was something else we went through this year. And he showed me a lot of determination and gave me a lot more focus into living my life every day and pushing my racing forward because he's still going. He had a very bad stroke, and he's still going. He's still kicking butt, and he's actually walking, and he's starting to talk a little bit, and you can actually have a conversation with him. And the doctor said he wouldn't be able to do most of that. So we're very fortunate to be able to do what we're doing right now.
Well, cool, and glad to hear he's improving and getting better, and hopefully he'll be able to get back on the road with y'all.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. That was another thing. You know, we got so close to him. It just sucks not having him at the racetrack, but the coolest part was at the end of the year, he came to the big one, the last race of the year, for the 200 lapper, and got to experience that. So, and we did some Victory Lane donuts. I'll have a video here for you guys in a few days to show everybody we do Victory Lane donuts and all that for the championship. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that is fun to do. We didn't have the opportunity to do it that night, so. But yeah, we would have done it. Any chance of you coming down to Langley this year? We got a couple of big races down here.
Hey, that's another thought. I didn't mention that, and the whole thing was we might come down to Langley too. Where really it's all really who we were working with, where they run the best at, and just what we're going to do. We don't have anything down in writing yet, so it's really hard to explain.
I understand. It's getting a schedule and where you want to go and what you want to do, and
yeah, we've really enjoyed Old Dominion Speedway. It's been a great place, and we love the track owners, Steve and Carrie Britt. They've done great for us. Actually helped me when I moved. I worked with them quite a bit when I first moved down here, marketing and helping with the track, and so I got to thank them for everything. Just for me to move further in my career, I feel like we need to go to other places. I need to extend my driving skills to those tracks, be able to win there, and kind of win all over the East Coast. That way, my name gets out there even further. More sponsors come around, and just everything gets better when you're traveling.
It does. It really does. The year I was up there, Wayne Patterson was run. He actually came up and ran up at Manassas for a guy up there.
Oh, okay.
And it had to have been 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a great place. I got to give you, it is a great place to run.
Oh yeah, it's a really fun time, and I hope they last a long time there. They got a great fan base. The fans actually really came out this year and the year before that, and we actually had 2 races: the Tornadoes 100 presented by On the Run, and also the Military Appreciation 150, which was a really cool event, which was also presented by On the Run and Miller High Life. And what was really cool about that was all the veterans from the military, and we're real close to the Quantico base.
Yep.
Those guys got to get in for free, have their families come in with them. Also, we raised several $1,000s for the military. I don't have the exact number, but we really, really raised a lot of money for them guys, and we're really excited. Really, just the most important thing is, these guys are going overseas and they're fighting for our freedom for us to go race. So it was pretty awesome to be able to do that for them, and thank them for what they do.
Exactly, and it's great anytime you can get the military to come out to a race. It's always good to see them there.
It was awesome.
I can't even think of what I was going to. It was just in the top of my head.
You sound like me right now, forgetting what I'm going to say next.
Exactly. There was a guy there, and I'm going to bring him up, and I don't know if he's still racing up there or not, but he was running Legends, and he billed himself as the world's largest Legends driver.
Mickey, was it Mickey Payne? What was his last name? I remember him though, man. He was a good time. He had a Wood Brothers colored car.
Exactly.
It was like he weighed 300, and he was definitely the world's largest.
Largest Legends driver. He was huge.
Nicest guy though too.
Just a big teddy bear, and I remember I met him at South Boston the year before, and when I went up there, I got to run into him and meet him and talk to him, and just I think Mickey Payne is right. I got to check that, but I think that's it. But is he still running up there?
What's that?
Is he still running up there?
No, he's not up there right now. The Legends division has changed quite a bit. I actually have my cousin, Ryan Polenz. The Polenz family is trying to take over the racing world down south here because we got my sister running in a 4-cylinder division, and I'm sure she's hoping to move up one day. And Ryan Polenz is running the Legends, and he finished third in points and was so close. He's so close the last 3 years since he started running them things to winning that championship. He just can't quite catch the break. He's having my luck from the last 2 years too. So, but with Austin Legends, just about every car that goes to the track now is an Austin Legends race car, and he's somebody else I have to thank. Is Roger Austin Sr. He's done so much for my career. Dave Moon, of Moon Racing, and all the guys that help work down in the shop, like Jordan and Nathan, and our team drivers there, Paul Green and Robert. Just so many people, man, I got to thank. But also, like I said, the Polenz we're trying to go down there and make a name for ourselves. So hopefully we'll be traveling around a little bit next year and more people will hear of us.
Well, we hope to get you down here at Langley, and we're running Legends down here too, so you might want to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that was another thought. He's I believe has been down there for 1 or 2 races. I haven't been fortunate enough to get out there yet, but I'm sure we will here if it's not this year.
Well, when you do, you'll have to let me know. We'll come out and we'll give you a hand.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely.
We'll get you around there.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is going on here?
I was saying, there's a lot of empty cup rides out there right now. You were talking about that. The silly season has definitely kind of been a silly season, hasn't it?
Well, I don't think there's a lot of empty cup rides. I think there's a lot of drivers without rides.
Yeah, that's more the thing.
I think everybody's pretty much filled up except for maybe some starting parkers, but it's really been a weird season.
Who's in the 43 car now? Did they say anything?
I don't think anybody's in there yet.
Yeah, that's the one I was wondering who's next in, I'm hoping that what I would like to see with NASCAR is them keep bringing in new drivers. There's a lot of guys that had their chances, and I just hope to be one of them drivers one day that get that chance. That's what I'm looking for is someone that calls me up or I get a hold of and can get there one day, whether it's Truck Series or, my next realistic goal would be the Truck Series, but I need to be ready first. I want to get a lot more late model racing in and, make a name for myself even more before I get there.
Keep digging. You're going to have to get your name, Philip Morris or, Denny Hamlin.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's the goal, man. Unfortunately, it's a lot of the money towards racing nowadays. It's a lot to do with the sponsors, so that's why we're so thankful for them.
Yeah. They're talking about Eric Amarola running the 43 car.
Okay. Yeah, I think I heard a rumor about that, and I heard David Polenz was going to run it. No,
yeah.
I wish. Who else did I hear? It should be an exciting season, man. With all these, last season was pretty exciting. I think this year's gonna back it up again. And Brian Keselowski really made a name for himself this year. So.
Yeah, I think you know what? Brad was tough all year. Look for him to be in the chase next year, in my opinion, and I think we're going to see a lot more wins out of him.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I tell you what, though, Steve Addington to Tony Stewart, I think they're going to be tough all year. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Zippy and him there now is going to be nuts.
Do what?
They got Zipadelli there, too.
Zipadelli is going to be competition director, and he's also going to be intern crew chief. Crew chief for Danica. Intern crew chief for her 10 races.
Okay.
So, that's kind of interesting. They're talking about the 43 having Smithfield Foods on there.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet. So,
Who's going to be on there?
Smithfield Foods.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So, I'm thumbing through my Facebook, David. So we're getting our sponsors ready for next year. We're getting the cars. What kind of cars are you running?
What's that for me?
Yeah.
Well, next year we're really hoping to be down, like I said, at the other tracks with the late models. Some big spring truck arm cars would be the most what we want the most. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting that out.
Who's building your cars?
Oh, who's building our cars?
Yeah.
Or taking care of them, I should say, is Dave Moon. He's more up here at Old Dominion Speedway. We're not sure what's going on for next year. Like I said, we haven't made any plans or signed any contracts yet, so we're still trying to figure that out. We're looking for, we hope we can be our dream would be to run in a truck arm big spring car. The reason is because anywhere you go after this is going to be that, whether it's Camping World Truck Series nationwide or Sprint Cup, they're all truck arm cars. So right now I'm running a 3-link at Old Dominion, and it's a 1999 chassis. So we're a little outdated to run down there. That's why we're talking about it. But we're not sure yet. It's really, like we said, with money, and if we can take this car everywhere, we will. If it's going to run competitive, then that's what we'll do. I mean, this thing turns better than any car I've ever driven. So it might be a good choice to go to some of these tracks and test it out.
If it's working, it's the old saying: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah, we definitely learned a lot about that, and Dave Moon, man, he puts a heck of a setup on our race car. Wherever his cars go, they run pretty good. We're really just starting to venture out through the Moon Racing Shop, so we're really excited to work with them again. We got Bob Moon. Like I said, Bob Moon was on the car. He was more like the car chief, and my dad was the crew chief. My dad got the guys geared up, pumped up, telling them exactly, each job, and then Bob would be there for when I got out of the car, and just being able to walk over to him and say, hey, man, this is what the car is doing. And he'd look at the numbers, and he'd go, sure enough, the numbers say that. Or he'd say, hey, man, we got a problem here. And that's what we had a problem with. It was the first 2 years was, we couldn't tell when it was a problem or something had changed from the week earlier because we didn't quite have that knowledge. And now with the combination of Dave and Bob being at the racetrack, where Dave, didn't get to make all the races the year before, it made the biggest difference. Those guys are so knowledgeable. It's insane. I just hope some of that rubs off on me so I can make my own decisions too.
Well, keep that brain open, and we're going to let you go here. I know you got some sponsors you need to thank, and you got some people to thank. Let's get them thanked, Dave, and we'll let you get on out of here. We got...
Yeah, Brandon's in the wings there.
Okay. So we'll let you get on out of here.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Thanks for the interview. I appreciate it. I got to thank my team first, and my dad and my entire family, my girlfriend, also Gazoo Energy for hopping on board with us. On the Run, Sundrop, Redline Power Rush, Mojo for Life, Hunt Brothers Pizzas, Sheehy Auto Stores, Everett Farm Equipment, Extreme Graphics, Carver's, Napa, Flemington, County Line Fuel, the Lawrence family, Bruce and Debbie Hurt. We got a whole list, man, and I appreciate you guys listening. We got a couple more here. Mount Salem Electric again, Real Country, Gutter Cleaning Services, Utz, and again, Moon Racing and Austin Legends for everything they've done for me. I believe that sums up the list. Also, my Nana and Pappy. So it's all about the sport, and I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll have an interview again soon with you.
We'll get you here come springtime. How's that?
Hey, David, check your video. You'll see something popped up while you were talking.
All right, buddy, I will.
All right, take care.
All right, guys, take care. See you in the spring.
All right.
Bye.
He did it right. Brandon, you there?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Brandon Atkinson, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, 15 years old, living in Statesville, North Carolina. Started racing when I was 4 years old, motorcycles. Pretty much raced everything, but now we're in late models, asphalt and dirt late models. Racing Hickory and all over North Carolina with the dirt stuff, so that's pretty much where we're staying now.
And you're running dirt late models too, you said?
Dirt and asphalt late models, yes, sir.
And asphalt. Hickory, where else you been going?
We actually just did our first race at Hickory. It was the Dwight Huffman Memorial 100-lap race there. Finished fourth there. First race ever on asphalt.
How do you like running that asphalt?
It's fun. Definitely more strategy. It's not all out. But the dirt, I like the dirt too. I mean, it's hard to pick between which one you like most. They got their ups and downs, but I just like racing, man.
Now, dirt late models, where you been running at?
We race all over North Carolina. Friendship, Cleveland, Carolina, pretty much everywhere in the Carolinas. We're going to start running some more bigger races, some possibly World of Outlaws or Lucas Oil super late model races next season. Getting our feet wet in that a little bit and starting to run a few more races in the bigger series and stuff like that.
Try to get out a little bit more and get some more laps.
Oh yeah, we go to all the tracks. We don't run one certain track for points because they're just trying to get more seat time for when if we do go to bigger series. Just you'll have that more experience with different size tracks and stuff like that.
What's been your best race so far? Let's talk a little bit about that. Where you been? What's been the best race you've been run so far?
Well, I think the best race for this season was definitely that first asphalt race that I raced. We got the car from Andy Mercer. It's the car he won the 2009-2010 track championship with at Hickory Motor Speedway, and his brother David with Mercer Race Car Engineering helped us out with the setup and everything like that. We took it Friday and tested and practice and all that and stuff. We got it hooked up pretty good, and we went out there, qualified 13th, I think it was, and just went out there and saved tires for like the first 70, 80 laps, and he came on the radio and said, it's time to get up on the wheel. So we went and fell back to like 15th, I think it was, and made our way back up to 4th and finished there.
Now, and you just brought this on. We were running dirt, and now we're going to asphalt. What's the best way to put this? Where are you looking to transition to? Where are you looking to transition to?
Well, I think we're gonna run more of dirt this year, and maybe next year or the year after that get into the asphalt. We're gonna try and run some K&N races next season, next summer and stuff like that. Maybe Richmond, somewhere around my hometown, Virginia, somewhere like that, South Boston somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna be maybe 1-2 more years in the dirt and then start getting to the asphalt pretty seriously.
Yeah, and I take it you're looking to go up into Cup.
Well, that would be nice. I know there's a lot of kids out there trying to reach that goal. I mean, if I can get into like World of Outlaws or something like that, NASCAR is definitely a far out goal. I mean, there's only like 43 NASCAR drivers out there, maybe a bit more, and there's thousands of kids out here trying to make that dream happen. But we're getting there. We're trying to make it happen. We're pretty close right now, but maybe possibly.
Yeah. What the hell's going on here? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Have you had a chance to go out and run Now you say you've been running dirt late models. Have you had a chance to go running a World Outlaw event or spend some time, running some of these Lucas Oils or anything? Have you done that at all yet?
No, not yet. This is the first season of the dirt late model. The first race we actually ever raced was at East Lincoln up here. Ray Ram owns the track. It was the first race there with the late models, and they were like 15 years. And it was my first ever race in the dirt late model. It was a 750 horsepower steel block car. They call it limited late models.
Yep.
And they ran those in the crates together. And we were just figuring, just ride around, get used to the car and stuff like that. And we ended up qualifying like 4th or 5th. And they were battling hard up there. The track is really tight track, so they ended up wrecking with like 3 to go, and I got up there, and it was a green light checker, and I got off the guy behind me and actually won. It was really crazy.
So, now where did you come before this? Did you run go-karts? What was your deal?
Yeah, well, we raced motorcycles, and we won the national championship in Springfield, Illinois in 2006, and we got off the motorcycles because a bunch of my friends were getting hurt and stuff like that, so we went into go-karts for about half a season, and then bought a mini cup car and raced those down in Florida and all that crap like that. And then we moved to Legends and Bandoleros and stuff like that, running at Charlotte with the winter heating. And then we just started racing street stocks at East Lincoln, the track I was talking about before, and really got lucky with some of the people we met. They just led us in the right direction, and I ended up getting late models and stuff like that, and we've been doing real good in it. I think the motorcycles definitely helped out a lot with like throttle control and stuff like that, using the throttle to turn the car in the dirt car and stuff like that.
So you just went from motocross right into pretty much Legends and Bandoleros, and didn't even go through go-karts, did you?
Well, not really. It was called flat track, and it was on a regular dirt oval, like a car would race on, like a late model would race on, and we raced motorcycles on them. So we never really did the motocross. That was a bit too dangerous for us. So we didn't want to break any bones and stuff like that. But yeah, we did the flat track. It was just a dirt oval, and that was fun. But we were running 80, 90, and falling off of that and hitting the wall hurts pretty bad.
I've actually been to Springfield. I know what you're talking about now. I was thinking motocross, but you were doing the flat track series.
Yeah.
AMA flat track, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That is impressive to do. I've seen those guys run, and that is highly impressive.
Well, those guys are nuts, man. It's definitely fun, but really dangerous.
Yeah, really dangerous ain't the word for it.
Yeah. But we're looking to run some super late model races next year. We got Bradley Lowe helping us out from Make Motorsports. He's really smart with the dirt late model stuff. He's worked with other drivers in the super late model series, and he's going to help us out, do a couple of races and see what happens. Maybe we could go on full time running for points in a super late model series. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Well, whichever you do, we wish you the best of luck. Would like to see you in some asphalt. Come on down to Langley here. Love to see you down here.
We're definitely thinking about that. Area. We'll probably be around there, south side of Langley. Definitely like to come to Langley. It looks like a fun track.
It's a blast. It's flat, but it's fast. So let's get your sponsors thanked, and I know you got some people to thank in there, and we're going to let you get on out of here.
All right. Well, I got to thank my mom, dad, sister, Bradley Lowe from Make Motorsports, David Mercer from Mercer Race Car Engineering. People from Race 101 and our racing school helps me out a lot, learning about marketing myself and that setup part. We don't really have much sponsors on board yet. Looking for them. But you can check me out on Twitter at Atkinson Racing, Facebook at Brandon Atkinson Racing. And just got to thank my mom and dad. They've done so much for me. I really appreciate everything they do.
Well, You better thank your mom and dad, because you wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for them.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So anyway, we're going to let you get on out of here and have a good night, and we'll get you on here this summer. Go out and win some races.
Oh yeah, we're going to try. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
Bye. Put him on hold.
Still there?
Yeah, man.
Brian, what's up, buddy?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just trying to get some things done here. Hopefully we can come up with something for Daytona. We're really pushing hard towards that.
Yeah, how's it looking? Are we going to run, if anybody out there watching, Brian Keselowski, driver of the number 92, still Chevrolet, right?
So far.
So far. Okay, I just, hey.
15 times between now and then, yeah.
So, how did testing go? I didn't catch much of it, but it sounded like it went real well for you.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it went really, really well. Brought a lot of pretty raw rookies down there and was looking just to try to get them approved, A couple of the guys that we knew that weren't going to be able to get approved no matter what they did, ARCA felt like they needed some more racing experience, and that's probably right. And they still wanted to get a chance to see these guys because, if you don't get a chance to get out there, you'll never get a chance to see them. So it was good that we got them out there, and there were some guys that, man, they did a really good job. Had Sloan Henderson drive on Friday, and Bobby Bryant and Adam Jones drive on Saturday, and then Sam Edwards and Bobby Dunn drive on Sunday. So it went really, really well. The last day went extremely well for us. We did a lot more qualifying type stuff and found out a lot about the car and what we need to do to make them pass for what we need to do to come back down for the race.
All right, come on.
Have you committed anybody to run the ARCA race down there yet?
Not just yet. We're looking for at least 2 drivers. That's why I got 2 cars. I want to try to put them both on the track. But we don't have anybody committed yet. I feel pretty good about at least 1, maybe 2 drivers. But, feeling good and money in the bank are 2 different stories at this point. But, I'm doing whatever we can. We're trying to come up with a little bit of sponsorship to try to help these guys too. It's not all about them just having to bring us money. If I can come up with sponsors that can make it easier on them, I will do it. It's better for all of us if we can make that work. So I got a lot of little sponsors that I've been talking to about doing product stuff and things that can help down the line. But in the end, it still takes money to run these cars, and that's what we have to have. But we're trying to do the best we can.
Yeah, and you're also trying to get some Cup revenue running too, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're pushing hard to try to keep the Cup car on track. It's a pretty tough deal right now because the Cup side, especially with the new fuel injection and everything, they really put the binders on all the small teams, So hopefully we can come up with some stuff to do that. But honestly, it's really, really expensive. So, there's going to be a lot into doing that. But, so far, we've researched it all out. We kind of know where we got to go with that. So, if we could get a sponsor to step up and come up for the Daytona 500, I'd love to do it.
And we were just talking about it, but you need to go punch Allmendinger because he took your ride. You knew that was coming.
Actually, I put my name in the hat on that deal, but I kind of knew with the sponsorship and the things that they were doing that probably wasn't going to happen, which was fine. I understood that. But, I think they made a really good bid with Allmendinger being in there. I really do. I really felt like that was probably one of the better drivers out of the bunch. I didn't even know he was available. So I've always been real high on AJ. Me and my dad always talk about different drivers and stuff. And, because on the owner standpoint, we always look into people, who would be better for, us. And I felt like AJ was more of the prototypical Penske driver than anybody else was. He come from the open wheel background, which is big, and he won a lot of races over there. He was against Roger Penske and that stuff, so they knew what they had, and I feel like AJ's finally starting to get to the point where he can win some races if he gets some top-notch equipment. And I feel like now he's in the equipment that it takes for him to be able to win races. So, I think the pairing with the crew chief, that's a little different. I didn't see that one coming. And that might take a little bit of time. The crew chief they have isn't a Cup experienced crew chief. So there's going to be a learning process there, just like there was with Brad. But I think that's, as far as driver wise, I think that's a really good pick.
Yeah, I think AJ did really well over there, and he was really improving at RPM. I'm not going to take away from RPM. I think he could have won there. His time is coming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's kind of ironic because if anybody remembers back at the Watkins Glen race, AJ and Marcus Ambrose, the two RPM cars, were the class of the field by far. And what ended up happening is Kurt Busch ran off the track early in the race and kind of messed up AJ in the middle of that race. Well, now he's in that car, so it's kind of an ironic deal. But AJ probably should have won Watkins Glen or had a real good chance at it, and always runs really good at Dover. And there's a lot of tracks he runs well at, and there's a lot of them that he don't get. So hopefully he gets in there and can figure it out. I think he's got a shot at winning a couple races this year.
I think he does too. Let's talk about that a little bit. They're talking about Amarola going into RPM. Well, there's a ride for you. You might be able to sneak in on that one.
Yeah, well, actually stopped by over at Junior Motorsports earlier today, and hopefully get a chance to talk to them a little bit. They weren't actually in the shop today, but hopefully I get a chance to stop by and talk to Faust a little bit. I'd love to get a chance to drive that 88 car, and hopefully something will come up with that. I was a little surprised to see how one of those names come up for the 43 ride, but I don't mind running a nationwide deal too. I'd love to run nationwide. I just can't do it myself. It just, as a business standpoint, I didn't see where that was going to work for us. But as a driver, I'd love to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah, and so you're still out there looking, and you're still approaching other teams, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I can do something for somebody, I'd love to do it. And, I'm a driver at heart. That's what I want to do. I wouldn't wish owning these race cars upon my worst enemy at this point. So it's a tough deal. It really is, and got to have a lot of money behind you to get it rolling the right way, and then hopefully sponsors come in. But it's kind of funny. It doesn't work where, okay, well, maybe we can come up with sponsorship and continue to run. It's more like, well, if you get it going and then it runs well, maybe you'll get some sponsorship. Well, it's in this day and age, it's a pretty tough thing to try to do all that or convince somebody to do it.
Exactly. Doc's asking me, he wanted me to ask you about the 29 on there. I know what the 29 is.
Well, so it doesn't matter. This is for everybody to know, and he's been posting pictures of the 29 car. And so I said, well, it would be nice if people that are just seeing the picture would know what the heck the 29 number is about.
That's not the way he was trying to. Tell us about the 29 number.
Well, that was a number that my dad ran back in the late model days. He actually originally ran number 19 back when he ran USAC and the first part of late models when he ran. He switched his number, I think, in like 80, 81 or something like that to 29. And, it's been 29 ever since as far as all the K Automotive stuff was concerned. And, right through the ARCA days and when he won the championship in ARCA and right through the start of the truck series and all the way up until we ran the one truck a little bit, but we also ran a second truck with 29 on it for a while there in the early 2000s. And then back again with the Power Stroke truck and winning races with Terry Cook driving and my dad crew chiefing. So it's been a family number. We've had it for years. And I ran it when I ran ARCA. Only reason I didn't get to run it when I ran Nationwide is because Childress already had it. And every year that they didn't run it, I kept asking how come I couldn't get it, but it never seemed to work out. So, if I could run 29 in Nationwide, I would have. Really, the 26 number was kind of an odd deal. There's a lot of weird things happened to end up happening at that. But 92, the only reason I run that is because I couldn't get 29. So I just took the numbers and said, all right, I'm making 92 out of it.
And flipping them around, that's right. So, and your dad won a trucks championship. It was Craftsman truck at the time, right?
He didn't win a championship. He won a race, though. He won one race at Richmond when they still ran Richmond. But we won like 10 races as a team there in the truck series. So
right.
And had a good chance of winning a couple different championships there. Didn't always end up working out. We should have won the one in '99 with Dennis Setzer and got wrecked on the 20th lap of the last race, and we were running third with like 20 points out of the lead and got wrecked. And then Terry Cook, we were running really well with him in 2002, won 4 races that year and had a real good chance at it. And towards the end of the year, he kind of got his back hurt and kind of went downhill from there. But we ran really well in the truck series, and hopefully we can get back there again. I feel like, especially in ARCA, that we can really get back to being competitive, and that's really what I want to do. I want to be competitive just like anybody else does.
So, in other words, you're pretty much what, and this is what I'm gathering, you're going to concentrate on getting the ARCA team back up running.
Well, that's kind of what I'm concentrating on right now. I mean, I want to do my Cup stuff as a driver,
right?
Because I like being over there. I like the series. I like everything about it. I mean, it's a high dollar deal, and you got to have a lot of money to compete. But I feel like there's an area for us to get in. But we might need to kind of relax a little bit and wait for some of this fuel injection stuff to kind of sort itself out, because there's a lot of work to be done there yet. So we're waiting on some of that. And, if we don't do the 500, I might wait until about May or June before I bring the Cup car back out and try to get all the ducks in a row a little bit better. And hopefully we get a chance to do that. But in the meantime, I've got this equipment I'd like to run some ARCA and K&M series stuff with. And, I've talked to a lot of different teams about some cars, and looking at buying some Chevys to go along with some of the Dodges that I own from my old Nationwide stuff. So hopefully we come up with something and get a chance to run with it.
And go have some fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is a lot of fun running the ARCA stuff. It really is. And the K&N stuff. I did a little bit of K&N racing this year, just helping some people out. And it's a fun series to be in. It's a learner series, so everybody, oh man, he doesn't deserve to be on the track. Well, where do you think they deserve to be on the track at? This is where you got to learn, So there's some rookies out there that sometimes they need to go back and get a little more experience, and then there's some guys out there that run really well. So, but you never know until you get a chance to get out on these tracks and go out and do it. So it's a neat deal. I was a part of it. I went through the whole ranks like everybody else did, and ran ARCA and won races and moved up from there. And I feel like that I can prove, I've proved myself over there, and hopefully we can get a chance to get somebody else the same opportunity.
We might have to talk to you about a K&N ride.
Yeah. Hey, we got them, that's for sure. That's one thing I don't have a problem with.
So, well, listen, Brian, I know you're busy down there. Got a new shop coming in January, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's that's going to be a pretty neat deal. We're actually working with a group that's working with veterans and working with disabled vets and trying to reintegrate them into society from the civilian standpoint. So it's kind of a neat deal. We haven't really announced the whole thing yet, but we're trying to put it all together. Hopefully move in about January 1st to start the move process, and be done by the end of the week, next week, and have everything lined up. It's a really, really nice shop. I really can't wait to get a chance to get in there.
We're going to have to make a trip down there when you get all moved in and settled in.
Absolutely. Come on down.
So, definitely. But, Brian, go back to work. I know you're busy. You're back from Michigan, right?
Yeah. I had a really nice trip up to Michigan for the holidays and got a chance to see all the family and come back down here and go back to work again.
Your mom and dad are still living up there, right?
Actually, Dad lives down here. Yeah, Mom still lives up there in the house in Michigan, and get a chance to get up there every once in a while. Not near as often as I'd like to, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Didn't you get to see the pictures they had on the plane and everything?
Yeah, what'd you do? Hop a ride with your brother?
Yeah. I got a chance to get on his inaugural trip with his new plane. That was pretty neat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They just picked it up, and that was the first time he ever seen it too. So it was a nice plane, man. It was a nice plane. Of course, what isn't nice when you get a chance to ride in private stuff, but every once in a while I'll still get a chance to sneak in on that plane and get a ride.
Hey, you know who his pilot is, right, Matt?
No.
Yes, you do.
Oh, is it
Joey?
Is it Joey Mayer?
Oh yeah. Joey's his spotter and his pilot. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I knew he was a spotter, but
remember people we talked to on the show. And Brian, next time you see him, thump him on his head.
Yeah, Joey's a cool guy. I've worked with Joey a little bit as far as, I was up on the spotter stand a little bit this year with him, and he's flown us around a little bit and got a chance to talk to him. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he seems like it is. We met him up at Richmond, and really a nice guy. So are you, man. I got to thank you again for Martinsville. I had an awesome time up there.
Absolutely, guys. No problem. It's a neat deal. You get a chance to get in there and kind of see what it's all about. So it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, anyway, Brian, get on out of here. Go have fun, and we'll be talking to you soon. If you got any big announcements, give us a call.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, Brian.
Have a good night. Happy New Year.
All right, you too, guys. Thanks.
All right, take care.
Bunch of line. You're over there. Yeah, he did it right. Oh, now he done did it. Somebody's calling in. I hate when that happens.
We got somebody else calling in, we think. No, we don't have anybody calling in. I heard that. Did he shut the door on us?
Yeah. It's customer service, man.
That's customer service. Brian Keselowski. Nice guy. We're going to make a trip down there.
Sweet.
So, you need some time off. So,
Yeah.
we could take a long weekend.
Yeah.
Take off on a Thursday. Stay Friday, Saturday.
Mm-hmm. That'll work.
Okay. We're going to do that.
Cool.
So, I think we're done and out of here.
Pert near.
Pert near.
Yeah. You
Thank-
never know in this place. People call in late. Who's going to be on there? We should try to see if we can get his dad.
Bob, we can get Bob. I bet we can get Bob
for
on there.
Tall Tale Night next week. For those of y'all watching, we're going to try to put together a Tall Tale show next week. Don't know how long that will last. But we're going to have some friends from out of town be in town, and we can throw some stories out there.
They asked me to introduce the guy sitting next to me.
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I ain't got nobody on my right, so it's got to be you. Tommy Tacy, my crew chief, good friend, RC, and he's just in here.
My job is to tell you to shut up and drive.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he does a damn good job at it.
Scarborough was talking about some RC stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's heavy into RC.
He's
too.
heavy. Yeah, he's heavy. So,
But y'all was noticing that on Facebook. And by the way, all these people we've talked to tonight, you can get a hold of them on Facebook, set himself up as a friend. Brian's page, you might be more of doing the fan page. So, and even us guys.
Yeah.
Who are you typing to now?
you just close. I'm typing.
Well, since Matt's all tied up playing typist, everybody, thank you for joining the show. Everybody have a nice, happy, and safe New Year.
See you next year.
That's right. See ya!
See ya.
Let me get this thing going.
Hi, my name is Natalie Sather. I drive the 94 K&N Lady Eagle Safety Wear, Butler built seats, bell helmets, hooker harness seat belts, number 94 at South Boston Speedway. Be sure to listen to Let's Talk Racing TV.
I'm Sam Hunt, driving 42 car on the thing Let's Talk Racing.
Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, I'm Robert Richardson Jr., driver of the number 23 Dodge Challenger for R3 Motorsports in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and you're watching Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Tony Peter, driver of the number 17 Toyota NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Let's Talk Racing is brought to you by PC Doctors, Computer Sales and Services. This doctor still makes house calls. And also Hampton Incredible Tees and Signs, both located at 1248 North King Street in Hampton, Virginia.